All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Deadly Target 1994. I dislike this flick. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. This is going to be another Korean recommendation. The only reason why he recommended it is because it has tons of familiar faces, including Max Gail from Barney Miller. It's got a Tony Aoki. Braddock! It's got James Liu. Sorry, his name is Aleong. I got his name wrong. It's got James Liu and Aleong. All the usual suspects in a Karate Man movie, basically. George Cheung, Aleong. Did I miss anybody? Byron Mann. So it's got the usual token Asian actors who they're in one fight and then you never see them again, or they're just some triad dude just sitting there waiting to get shot. Deadly. I hated the jazz music in this. The fight scenes were pretty decent. There were some decent explosions. I will give it that, but I hated the jazz music. And I hated this stupid torture scene where he's got them tied up in ropes. He calls it the Hong Kong way of gathering information. Like torture is actually going to get the guy to reveal the precise location of the drug shipment. I mean, how many times have I seen that corniness? And then you've got the Asian babes all over the place, the hot-looking, flat-chested babes, and they don't even show nude scenes with them. Everything is off camera. What's up with that? I mean, the star of the show, namely Susan Byron, also who plays Diana Tang, she's just in her tent-size panties and her bra. And another scene, she's in a completely covered in soap bubbles in her bubble bath. They tried to tease us here. So irritating. And this is a PM entertainment movie, but it wasn't entertaining. Deadly Target, also known as Fire Zone, is a 1994 martial arts action film directed by Charla Driver. It stars Gary Daniels, Ken McLeod, Max Gail, Byron Mann, and Susan Bion, the very hot-looking Susan Bion. Gary Daniels knows how to choose his women here, but she smacks him in the face for, getting him caught up in his police work. He's a Hong Kong policeman working for the LAPD. Okay. Hong Kong police detective Charles Prince, Gary Daniels, arrives in LA to extradite a notorious Chinese gangster back to Hong Kong for trial. And the first thing he sees in the airport is two men being affectionate towards each other. And he says, "Oh, this must be California." That was one of the highlights. Okay, so you got the explosions, you got the constructive criticism of libertine society here in California as early as the mid 90s. And you've got the cool fight scenes. Other than that, there are too many negatives, like not any nudity, stupid torture scene, lame jazz music. So that's why I'm calling it a mixed bag, because I really have mixed feelings about this movie. And there are too many negatives to offset the positives, I guess. I don't know. I think the main two positives are the explosions and the fight scenes. Hence the 2-star rating. Soon his suspect escapes, though, with the help of renegade cop Jim Jensen, Ken McLeod, and beautiful Pa Gao dealer Diana. She is beautiful. Susan Bion. How come I can never get a good-looking Chinese gal? They're all over the place around here, and they're all a bunch of pagans. Prince, they'll never come with me to church on Sunday. Prince tracks the ruthless gangster down. Soon, Prince, Jensen, and Tang get caught in the middle of an explosive gang war that leaves Chinatown drenched in blood and littered with bodies. So Diana Tang, aka Susan Bion, is caught up in this bloody triad battle, this black market drug war gang violence in LA with a bunch of hot-looking Chinese woman. Who's the other hot-looking? Linda Look. Yeah. Me so horny. Me love you long time. All right, deadly target. So I'm getting super desperate with my with my living quarters search. The greedy Chinese redeveloper, he's expecting me to pay $2,500 rent for an in-law unit. That's not happening anytime soon. Probably not for another 5 months at least. He's got to be high as a kite if he thinks I'm going to pay that right now when I'm maxing out my 401k. And I have zero net pay for the next 4 months or whatever. However many months are left in the year. September, October, November. Yep, 4 months. So there is a possibility that I could rent something like that 5 months from now. But right now I'm looking at going into the poorhouse with a bunch of illegal aliens and assorted crazy people. I've already put in calls to Catholic Charities and St. Vincent de Paul Society. And worst case scenario, I'll be sleeping in the parking lot with all my personal belongings in the trunk of my car. I'll be in the church parking lot pretending to do adoration in between and taking naps while I have sleep apnea, and I'm not able to hook up my sleep apnea machine. That's the excuse that I'm going to give to Knights of Columbus when I'm sleeping in my car at the church parking lot. Because I know they come to adoration 2 hours a week during the wee hours of the morning looking for that kind of stuff. Anyways, they probably don't know anything about the archdiocese insurance guidelines that says people aren't allowed to sleep in their cars in the church parking lot. But so that's what I'm faced with. It's a short-term thing, of course, until I get my $200,000 settlement next year, early next year, and I start investing and making money off of it. Hopefully enough to pay $2,500 in rent. All right, Deadly Target, 1994, rated R, 1 hour, 40 minutes. It gets a 5 out of 10 on IMDb. Sort of a mediocre rating. I'm giving it about the same rating. A 4 out of 10, a little bit lower. It only has 378 ratings, so it is somewhat obscure. I'm sure Karate Man thinks it's underrated because it's got all of his favorite Asian pals in it. His imaginary friends from Hong Kong or whatever. A dangerous drug lord, a renegade cop, the ultimate showdown. Sorry. So, why is Gary Daniels? Why is Max Baer from Barney Miller letting Gary Daniels run amok and use torture? Oh, it's LAPD. Now I know. Okay. They can learn something from Hong Kong torture tactics in the early 90s. All right. Here's a higher rating from Mac Gilvilla, giving it a 6 out of 10, calling it a decent Gary Daniels PM movie. I don't know about that. There are some decent PM movies, but this isn't one of them. More like this, American Samurai, which is great. Enemies Closer, which might be on my list. I don't remember. A Blood Fist 7 Manhunt, another good one. Tiger Cage, haven't heard of that one. I don't know what Tiger Cage is about. But I guess this is kind of like a Die Hard ripoff. I don't know. It's got the Chinese triad going. Although it received many negative reviews, it is in fact awesome. That's what Karate Man would say. Release date 1996 in Australia. Country of origin, United States. Language, English. Also known as Objectivo Mortal. Filming locations, Los Angeles. International Airport, One World Way, Los Angeles, California, USA. Multiple airport scenes. Production company PM Entertainment Group. Runtime 1 hour 40 minutes or 100 minutes. Too long? This is in color and the sound mix is stereo. So I guess you could say more like this Die Hard. I don't know. Why does Die Hard keep popping up on my IMDb screen here? So I've pretty much given up looking for a place. I left 3 voicemails with the Trump supporter fanatic, Legion of Mary lady. I know she knows an invalid who needs help around the house, but she's not returning my calls. So that's pretty hopeless. And the other guy that I was thinking of asking, Peter Chan, he's I can't get can't get a hold of him by phone. I think he disconnected his landline, and I didn't see him in the church courtyard yesterday. So it's all bad. It's impossible to find a place for less than $1,000 a month on the peninsula. It's hopeless. Decent Gary Daniels PM movie is the title of the IMDb review from Magdavilla, dated February 25th, 2000. Not as good as the later Gary Daniels PM movies, but still decent. The fight scenes are good, though it is obvious that no contact is made a few times. Yeah, I noticed that too. The only reason you can suspend disbelief during the fight scenes is the sounds that are coming out. I think it could have been choreographed better. A decent car chase, a cool hero, and Gary Daniel. Yeah, he picked the right girlfriend. And overall, unfortunately, all the sex is off camera. And overall, good and plentiful fights make this worth at least a rent. The guy that plays Gary's partner is an impressive fighter. Yeah, that kind of surprised me too. When I saw the no-name character just start busting out the kickboxer moves, that was pretty impressive. So I'll give it that. It might be a little higher than a 2, but not much. The choice scenes are few and far between, and the lack of nudity really irritated me a lot, especially with there's Aki Aleong. Braddock! I can understand why Karate Man likes this. It's got all of his Asian pals in it. I don't even think Aki Aleong is Chinese, but they make him out to be Chinese in all these movies. He's from Laos or something, or some faraway island that nobody ever heard of. All right. So let's go down my list, shall we? I've got The Gardener of God 2010. That's coming up next after my little nappy poo. And then it's Bad Blood, a.k.a. Viper, 1994, followed by East Side Kids, 1940. So those are the next 3 coming down the pike. I think I mentioned them already in my last video, so sorry for the repetition. But we'll try to get through this list down to the weird stuff. I Spit on Your Grave remake is number 16 on my list now, working its way slowly up. Adrian said the original was better, and so I added the remake just so that I could verify what Adrian said is in fact correct, because a lot of each person is a unique sovereign individual, and the proof is when Karate Man recommends crappy movies on occasion like this one, and then every once in a while he comes out with a hidden gem. And he says all the movies that he recommends are underrated, at least the ones that are kind of low budget and underground, I guess. The Gary Daniels ones, who's the other one? Oh, Michael Dudikoff. Lorenzo Lamas. Those kind of movies. All right. So that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoying your Labor Day if you're in the U.S. If you're in Australia, it's probably a normal day like any other day. Laters.